I observe, on a daily basis, like everyone else does. And one thing that I just keep thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking about is how everyone's just addicted to their phones. We're just constantly, doing this and just needing that fixed. We never wait anymore. We never have to, like, we just get everything instantly, just like whoop. And it's taken away satisfaction and happiness from our lives and contentment. So it's bothering me. So I just want to talk about it because that's what I feel is hugely different about living in this current time frame. Is before people didn't have the stimulation all the time. People could wait. They had plans. They had ideas, creative outlooks. Go meet with friends. Walk down the street, phone each other up on see what's happening. But now that we're living in a completely stimulated society 24/7, a lot of things are changing. People aren't sure what they want with their life. People aren't sure what they like to do. They don't know their skills. They don't know their talents. They don't test anything. They just stick to their comfort zones. In my eyes, a comfort zone is sort of like a prison that you're creating for yourself because you're just sticking to the things and you're just sticking to the same routine and the same lifestyle choices and not really venturing out. And I feel like that's a huge sort of step back in your life. You're not experiencing what you potentially could be as like just you could be an infinite amount of things. You could be whatever you want. And a comfort zone is a very restrictive barrier to having yourself. And phones and things and the things that stimulate dopamine all contribute to this sort of mind prison that we're just creating for ourselves. But when I say that we're creating them for ourselves, it's not all our fault because a lot of us don't know any better and it's just how we've been sort of brought into it. But the comfort zone is something that just needs to be obliterated. And phones and stuff really don't help with that because they make doing nothing. Oh shit, nail. They make doing nothing. God damn son of a bitch. Because they make doing nothing seem like it's fine and good because everyone else is doing it and it's just part of the daily routine of society. Because at the end of the day, it's had billions of pounds invested into programming and coding a way to keep you and your attention span on it for as long as possible, keep you just hooked on the feeling and just keeping you there and releasing as much dopamine as possible. And it has been specifically designed to do that, which is why I think that everything just seems a lot more distant these days because everyone's just trying to escape from the moment that they're in. No one enjoys the moment they're in because they're chasing after this. They want that feeling. They'll chase it for anything because it's such a high without them even knowing it, obviously. So people just keep chasing and chasing and chasing and chasing, and people are just going further and further from the moment and realizing how much power that moment has and always has, which is a huge problem because then obviously you've got the kids at the tail end of that who are suffering from that. Everybody's trying to escape from just now. No one's giving a full attention as to what's going on. And then I see it all the time here that like mums are on their phones, just scrolling through the infinite Facebook feed that's been designed specifically for her, and she's just like ignoring the kid that's growing and developing next to her who wants her attention, but everyone around as well is just on their phone. And I'm thinking, like, what is the next generation going to be like? They're just going to be completely, attention span is just not going to exist. It already is completely crumbling for like even me. I feel it, and like people my age and younger are starting to feel it way more. So what does that lead to? Just everybody's just going to be disconnected, chasing a high that they're not even aware they're chasing. Them not being aware that they're chasing a high as well makes it really messed up. And there has to be something put in place because companies like Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram shouldn't be allowed to just keep making and tweaking their apps just to hold attention span and keep the money rolling in. Like, there should be some rules because it's seriously messing up the wiring of like so many people's brains, and it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. Like, look at the launch of the iPhone X. That kind of shows you where we're at. A main selling point of that phone was animated emojis off your face. The original iPhone, when it came out, it was an innovation. It completely rethought the way we use phones. The iPhone X is what gimmicky consumers are like looking for, not gimmicky consumers, but gimmicks that consumers are looking for, is what the iPhone X was, and that kind of sums up where we're at. Everything's just a gimmick, and everything's just a charade. And there's so many people out there who are wondering like why everyone's starting to get depression and why everyone's starting to get anxiety. And instead of like looking at the root of the problem, they're just taking medication as in pills just to try and alleviate and escape their head again. So it's escapism, trying to solve escapism with escapism. When the root problem is just be one with yourself and your surroundings. Don't look for an easy escape, which is just an electronic preference. It's obviously easy to say that, but once you're hooked in the dopamine game, you're in for it. They know how to get you. It's such a subconscious level of wiring that they're getting you that it's so hard to run away from it. Of course, when you've got a silent moment, you just want to pull out your phone and just scroll through and just look at some random crap that means nothing to you, but you just have to remind yourself that just enjoy the time that you have instead of wasting it. And that's what I feel it really comes down to. You can either spend your life and time the way that you were sort of brought up to do and the way that it's been accepted in the past and still is now, and you can probably look back at your life and say, it was alright, yeah, nothing bad happened, but it was just very samey and nothing was ever burst out and explored. Or you can try and decrease your time using phones and things and just use them as a tool instead of a hindrance in your life. You can eat the right fruits and vegetables that you were designed to have, and not all these chemicals which cause an imbalance and to cause you to fluctuate in mood all the time, when you can just have a straight energy supply that never fluctuates. Use creativity as a huge part of your life, whether that just be in the way that you generate an income to survive, or how you wear things, what you like to eat, just like anything that involves your own touch. That is massively key as well. And finally, I think that what we just have to do is learn to love ourselves again, like just everyone, because we've all been raised in an educational system which sort of incorporates fear and worrying as part of a normal life, where people think that without all this like things we've been raised with, it would be chaos and anarchy, but it's not true. We deep down inside, we all know right from wrong, and we all know that love is like the ultimate key. So we just need to learn to bring love back, not worry and not fear. Just do what you want to do in your heart, and don't let the other people around you stop you, because at the end of the day, they're not going to be here and neither are you. So just do what your heart is telling you.